In this video, I want to show you how to get 5, 10, even 15 quality leads a day on social media, especially on Facebook, with the help of AI and actually with the free AI tools. And this is something I have been using in my own business and I've been helping my clients get. So it's not some random theory approach, it's something that I'm actually actively doing. Now, before we learn a new way, we need to unlearn an old way. So let's start with that. I'm gonna go to the screen. And yeah, so basically, up until 2024, let's say, what ruled the internet were static lead magnets, right? And if you wanted to get leads, you would offer some generic PDFs, right? Hey, get my 100-page PDF that does XYZ, or ebooks. People even sold this, right? Maybe some still do. Long courses, this is something I used to use, and honestly, I got a lot of money doing this up until, again, 2023, 2024. 3-day challenges, which can still work, but I think they need to be adopted with the help of AI. And this, if you're like, I'm still using this, couple of things I've noticed about the old way of generating leads on social media is that first, fewer people will request them, right? So if you're offering someone a 200-page PDF, if 5 years ago you would get 1,000 people interested, now you would get 200. I'm making these numbers up, but it's much fewer people. Now, that's only the first problem. Second problem is that most people will never open them. Or if they open them, like imagine opening now in 2026 100-page, 200-page PDF and actually like reading everything and implementing, like almost no one will do it. Now, of course, someone will be like, yeah, but I will do it, right? There are always exceptions, but I'm trying to talk for most people, right? They will not do it. Also, they're really unlikely to watch your 5-hour free course, right? The thing is, and what really changed in the last 2 to 3 years is that information became even more useless than after 2020. People have less patience. And I think one of the best ways to look at this situation, I'm going to give you some analogies here, is that people still want the same things. They want more money, they want better health, they want better relationships, like all the outcomes that you were offering in your business, people still want them. It's just the way they're going about them is different. And I think this analogy will drive this point home. So imagine you're traveling from whatever, France to Germany back in 1850s, right? Like, how would you get there? Probably with horse, right? You would have to ride horse. It would be like, whatever, I don't know how much, but let's say a couple of weeks or months of travel, risky, slow, uncomfortable, right? Now, fast forward 100 years, in 1950s, you could have just taken a car and it would be faster, easier, more convenient. You still want the same outcome. I want to get there to the point B, which in this case is Germany, but the way you would go there is going to be totally different. And imagine in 1950s offering someone to go with a horse. Now, enter 2020, whatever, 6. You can go with a plane and be there in an hour, probably, more or less, depending on from where to where you're going, right? It's even faster, even more convenient, arguably cheaper, right? So it's still the same outcome as 70 or 170 years before, but the way you go about it and achieving it is totally different. So it's similar with this. Let's say the outcome is the same. The promise of your PDF lead magnet is the same. But now when we have AI, when anyone can go to ChatGPT and Claude and wherever and ask and get the same thing in fraction of the second for free, they're much less likely to want to do anything. And what I found that works really well, what got me hundreds of leads, lots of customers, clients, tens of thousands of dollars generated, is simply creating interactive, what I call AI buyer magnets. Now, what these are usually either an AI bots, AI tools, prompts can also work. So in a way that they can be PDF, but it's more about them being useful prompts that help someone get certain outcome, etc. Right? And the difference between old and the new way is that these are interactive, they are faster. So let me actually show you why this is so powerful. If you ever followed Alex Hormozi, this is his value equation. What people want, they want value. And the value is dream outcome, so what they want, perceived likelihood of achievement, how likely if they use your thing it is that they're gonna get it, time delay, how fast it is, and effort and sacrifice. And when we compare this with this, you can see why this is so much better, because it this is the only kind of like same thing. This is always the same thing. It's if your PDF promises whatever 100 leads, that's the same. But if I tell you that I have custom GPT that brought thousands of leads and can get you there, because I'm also borrowing from ChatGPT authority, and it's a powerful tool, it can scrape leads, it can do all kind of stuff, your perceived likelihood that you are going to get the outcome goes significantly up versus PDF. Time delay, like PDF, I need to read it for like an hour. Time delay with like custom AI tool is like a couple of seconds. I run a prompt and I get the outcome like under a minute, under 2 minutes. Effort and sacrifice, I need to spend actually time reading, understanding, watching, attending, versus effort and sacrifice here, it's instant. It's like I run a prompt and I get the outcome. And this is the reason why things are moving towards that. And it's not just about lead magnets, but in this video I want to focus on that. So people who are winning and who are getting quality leads in 2025, 2026, 2027 and beyond are actually leveraging this. Now real quick, if you want to build this tool for yourself, I have done for you prompts like what to pick as a topic, how to build it, how to prompt it, how to host it, like all these other things. So if you want, just check the first link in the comment. Now back to the video. It's not so much about AI per se, but it's because AI is giving us these things. So if you start implementing this in your business, you're gonna get drastically more leads. And I'm going to give you a really simple example that I love to give because it's like an actual example. So I had a PDF with 50 or 100 viral hooks. Now I could offer this as a lead magnet, as a free gift. And yes, I can see people requesting it, right? But a lot of people, first, again, fewer people will request it. Secondly, even if you get 100 viral hooks, you're not going to remember to open the PDF, to try to match the right hook with your post and post it and do it. No one would even use it, right? So even if I get an email subscriber, if they never used what I gave them and didn't get value, it just like it sits in their drive, it's not going to do me any good. What I did though, is I built this simple gem. I also built custom GPT. Custom gem is like similar like custom GPT with custom instructions, custom knowledge that is trained on those 100 viral hooks. And now when the user just answers questions about their business, they're using those viral hooks for their business. And again, you can clearly see the difference here. Instead of them trying to match the hook, AI does it in seconds after they answer the questions. It's higher perceived likelihood of achievement, it's less effort and sacrifice, it's less time delay. So it's much more enticing to people and they're actually going to use it. That's another thing that people don't realize. Like one of the ways, yes, I'm talking about how to get leads, but we don't just want leads, we want sales. And one of the best ways to turn like leads into like customers and eventually into clients is to actually get them a win, actually help them with something. So if they open a PDF or get a PDF that they're never going to open, they're not going to get a win and they're less likely to turn into customer and even less likely to become like a long-term high-ticket client. Versus if you get them a win, if I give them something useful and good, they're going to be more likely to be like, okay, I can just type in a prompt and get hooked for this post that I'm doing. They get a win. Guess what? Now, when I offer something else to give them even bigger win, they're more likely to say yes. So this, yes, it will give you more leads, but it will also turn it into more customers and clients and sales. And this is what I've been doing. Like just recently, I built a mini tool that creates those like X-style posts. I don't know if you're on Facebook, you might have seen it. So you have a picture and then it's like a box, like from Twitter/X, and it has a quote and stuff. And I built this tool and guess what? I was like, I bet I built it for myself. And I was like, I bet other people will like it. So I just offered it to people and within an hour I got over 20 leads or something. So people want easy, fast stuff. And if you're thinking like, yeah, but how do I build this? That's the crazy part. To build this, it's maybe even faster and easier than to build this. And it's more valuable for your audience, right? So the way I'm generating 10, 20 and more quality leads almost every single day on Facebook is by giving away these simple tools. And again, I get win to my leads. Some of them consider working with other stuff, because usually lead magnets solve one really small micro problem, but people have other problems. If I help you write a hook, that's helpful, but that's small problem solved for visibility, right? But do you know how to do the entire thing, to generate leads, to make money, to convert people? There are so many moving parts. So if some of these people want more of my help, guess what? They will ascend and they will buy. So what should you actually do? Let's give you some simple steps and finish this video off. So first, if you already have lead magnets, I bet you can probably turn a lot of those into tools. So again, I gave an example. I had PDF with viral hooks. I turned it into custom GPT. If you don't, you can still build it. Just think of a micro problem that your audience faces, your ideal avatar, over and over again, and turn it into a prompt back, into an interactive tool. And it's the same principle as here. You wanna solve specific problem and get them quick win. Like when I think about lead magnets, low ticket offers, this is like the blueprint. I usually take, here's another way to look at it. You have A to B journey of your ideal avatar. A being the pain, the like where they are stuck, hate their life, etc. B your ultimate outcome that you're giving them, so you get them from $0 to 10K months, whatever. Let's say that's a big outcome that you're promising, and usually there are like a lot of steps to take to actually achieve the transformation. So your lead magnet can simply be like one of the many steps. You pull it out, you turn it into custom GPT or custom Gemini or prompt pack or a mini tool, doesn't matter. And guess what? When you solve this one small problem, people will still have other problems, right? And then you simply offer to help that, and they're more likely again to become customer and client. And how do you offer? So here's another crazy part. You just tell them, hey, imagine another way you can think about it, what's the best tool to build, is something that saves a lot of time. People hate wasting time. So let's say you're helping YouTubers, and one of the things they struggle with is coming up with YouTube content ideas. You can build a custom bot that generates 10 YouTube ideas with a single prompt, right? And now they type in information about their niche, about their channel, etc., and they have custom built AI that generates specific ideas. This saves them a lot of time, and that means they're more likely to say yes. And you can just make a simple post like, hey, I built this free AI tool trained on XYZ. Usually when you tell what it is trained on, it helps. It's not a random tool. I use this knowledge, these courses. I really think about it like this. I have this I built for myself, not as a lead magnet. I took whatever, over 40 or 50 YouTube headlines that went viral for that niche, like for that channel. They got 5, 10, 20, 50x the views, and I put them all into a Google Doc, and then I taught AI first to take patterns out of it, and then to turn it into a prompt framework, and I turn it into a custom gem. So now when I have a video, I just plug it into that gem, and it gives me hooks for the video. Now imagine I'm saying like, hey, I took 50 viral videos on YouTube and built custom gem that based on your niche and any video that you're building, it will create you hooks and it will create you headlines that will get like clicks. So imagine how useful that is. People will say yes. And anyways, this is really simple way to get lots of leads, again, 5, 10, 15 a day. I'm getting that without running ads. So it's very much possible, and you also don't need to have a huge audience as well. So there you have it, folks. Pick a small problem, build simple AI tool about it, tell your ideal avatar, after they opt in, ask them to help them with other stuff, and a lot of them will surprisingly say yes. So try it out, let me know how it works, and if you did enjoy this video, I think you're gonna love one of the recent ones that I uploaded on the similar topic.